everyone. We're going to talk just for a couple minutes about what our next kind of little project is for social studies. We're going to be talking specifically about the topic where I live. So, we always are learning about how where I live affects how I live and affects those that are living around me as well. But it's always really important for you to start out with this idea of where I live. And the reason why is because a lot of times when you're younger, you don't always understand where you fit in on planet Earth and how large our solar system and our galaxy can be. It is something that you are going to be talking about a little bit more in science this year, but I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up on what you're going to be working on for social studies on Friday. So, this project is called Where I Live. It's going to be a slides presentation, okay? But you're going to have to answer where you are in these different categories. So, I hope all of you know that you live on planet Earth. Okay. If you don't know where you live on planet Earth, then we need to start all the way at the galaxy end. But as we go, it gets a little smaller. So planet Earth is divided into two hemispheres that go east to west, and then there's two hemispheres that go north to south. Okay. So for this purpose, we're talking about that we live on the western hemisphere, okay, of Earth. But then we go even more small. And on the Western Hemisphere, there's two continents. We have North America and South America. We are currently living in North America. Okay, so that's what our continent is called. A lot of times, though, kids mix up continent and country. So on the continent of North America, there are several different countries that we have. We have Canada, we have Mexico, we also have a couple smaller countries, but we live in the country of the United States of America. So our country and our continent are two different things. Then we get even smaller in the United States of America. We get into our time zones. So in the United States of America, there are 4 time zones. We live on the eastern coast, so we live in the eastern time zone. However, if you drive just a couple hours to the west, you actually switch to a different time zone. So they are an hour behind us. So right now, this video is being made at 9:20. So on our next time zone to the west, it's actually 8:20. And then the time zone past that is 7:20. And then the time zone past that is 6:20. So it's a different time based on where you are in the world. And the reason why is because it's all about the position of the sun. Because right now on the West Coast, the sun does not look the same way it does here. Then on our Eastern time zone, we go down to the state level. So in the United States, we have 50 states, and we live in the state of Ohio. Okay. But within the state of Ohio, there's about 45 counties. Don't confuse this word county with the word country. They're very different. One is very large, one is a lot smaller. The only difference is this one doesn't have an R in it. Okay. So we live in the county of Hamilton County. There's also a Hamilton City, but that's in the county of Butler. So we live in Hamilton County. Within Hamilton County, there's a lot of cities. Okay. So you live in the city of Cincinnati, technically. So if you look at our zip code, which is 44020, I believe, 44020, that is the city of Cincinnati. Okay. Within the city of Cincinnati, there's different towns. Okay. Within the towns, you live in the town of Forest Park. Okay. Or you might live in the town of Green Hills. Or you might live in the town of Springdale. You might even live in the town of Batavia. All those are within our school district. Okay. Our neighborhood is even smaller, and that just depends on where you live. So growing up, I lived in a neighborhood called Muscoff Farms, but it was in the city of Fairfield, or it was in the city of Fairfield, the town of Fairfield. The neighborhood was called Muskoff Farms. So it's even smaller. I probably won't have you guys worry about neighborhood for your project, okay? Then you're going to have to put in your street address. Now, if you don't want to put in your personal street address, that's okay. You can use the street address here at Winton Woods Intermediate School. And then our street address also has that zip code that we were talking about. And our school has a phone number. So it's really important for us to know where we live in relation to, like, think of this little street address here at Winton Woods Intermediate School. But when we started, we were talking about planet Earth. That's a big difference. Okay, so it's really important for us to talk about these things. When you are working on your Where I Live project, it's not going to be on this Google Doc. It's going to be a slides presentation. So each slide will be a different category of planet, hemisphere, continent, country, and so on. Okay, so you'll be starting this project tomorrow, but I wanted to take a few minutes to introduce it to you today. Have a great day, guys.